make sure it survives, it succeeds, it success, it takes off, and it matures. And all along, you are assessing and reassessing. And as I said, by the time I have been in poultry business for 1 year, 6 months, 18 months, I've seen signs that it will be a success. So I was getting it right, my projection. I was checking my output or my actuality with my projection, and it was coming together. So, for you as an entrepreneur, you need an idea. You need to zero your idea on specific. You need to do your proposal, you need to have your market, you need to have your land, you need to have people, you need to have your raw material, and they all must come together. And then, of course, your finance. But what are the advantages of SME? You have come in as an entrepreneur, you have established your SME. Just let us look at some of the advantages of SME, and then later on I will ask where can we get some of the things that I have put down as essential for you to get going as an entrepreneur. If you are an entrepreneur in SME, you are close to your customer. You are not a conglomerate, you are not a big operation, you are not a big limited liability company. You are close to your customer, almost on daily basis. Then you have flexibility. You can move or look. When I started, I moved, not even closer. I moved from egg producer to broiler, meat producer in poultry. And then I went back, I started producing fertilized eggs. I was importing eggs earlier on, fertilized eggs. Then I did backward integration, and then started producing fertilizer, which meant I had parent stock. Then I moved from parent stock to grandparent stock. I moved from layer to broiler. Parent stock in both of them, and grandparent stock in both of them. So flexibility. You are able to better take advantage of opportunities if you are an SME. And you can take quick decisions. Look at what is going on and take quick decisions. The process of my advancing my poultry, what did I have? Then they started something they call structural adjustment. Structural adjustment meant that I thought that it would mean, okay, we will not be able to get finance from central bank as we thought, that it was more than that. Structural adjustment meant that even the money we have, what we have imported, that we have deposited money in the central bank, then they will ask us to come and pay more because the naira to dollar have depreciated. And so what did we have to do? I quickly decided to get, by then I have old UBA, First Bank, Union Bank, 3 banks, and the initial bank that we took money from Nigeria, what do they call it? It became a bank, it's a merchant bank. And then I got them together. And then that I learned from that, never you get your creditors together, they will gang up against you. I made that mistake. I got them together wanting to negotiate with them because here we have a problem. So they then came together and then said, okay, they could give me a loan of 5 million this time to improve and get me going. And you see, in the case of poultry, unlike other businesses, if you get, you must be able to feed them to maturity. If you get them into your farm and you have no feed, you are in problem. If you get them into your farm and you have no medication, you are in problem. So they agreed to give me the 4 banks. One agreed to give me 2 million, the other 3 agreed to give me 1 million each. And I thought I was home and dry. And what happened? I got the 2 million. I put the old chicks on the farm. Then the others who promised 1 million each, 1 million didn't come from any of them. So I ran into a different problem. Then, of course, as I said, you as a sole owner, you can quickly take decision. So a brother-in-law of mine came to me and said, why don't you do business? We do business together. I said, what business now? He said, importing salt. Salt. I've never thought of it. Importing salt. So even in your entrepreneurship, you can do trading. So if my late, it's late now, mother-in-law then said, look, industrial salt we can get from Egypt and we will send it here. So I said, okay, look, give me all the papers. So we found I can hire from Nigeria National Shipping Line 10,000 tons of industrial salt. and we will sell it almost immediately. We did. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my greatest, most profitable undertaking in my life. I got 150% profit. I didn't do it the second time. Because I thought it was too much. And if I do it the second time, it will be a failure. So, but what did I get? I got enough money now to look at my banks in the face. So I took the one that is most considerate, I think that's the word. I bought them and I negotiated. I paid them the money that I have actually borrowed and a little bit of interest, but not all that they say are approved. So that out of 4 banks, I settled one. Then one of the bank MDs phoned the one that I have settled and said, look, what of this money that Obasanjo family is going off? Then that bank said, Obasanjo family is not going off. So he said, what? What happened? He said, we have negotiated and they have paid us. So he was hanging on it in his office. He put it on, he came to me on my farm and he said, hey, okay. I was able to make younger. I said, get out of here. So he started begging me. So, you know, you are not beholden to your creditors. If you can make a little bit of younger, that means you have a bit of money in your pocket. Now, so then he said, please let us negotiate now. So I negotiated with him. I even got better terms than I got from the Fed Bank. So I negotiated with 3 of my creditor banks, and I left one out. That was the nastiest of them. So I also wanted to be nasty. So I didn't negotiate with them. I said, take me to court. But then I used what I have, the money that I have, to rehabilitate the farm. So, easy decision making. One of the other advantages of an SME is that all the workers know themselves. Everyone knows everyone else. And you are like a family if you are really doing well. Then, ease of communication and quick communication within the SME and between the SME and the customers and those who are working with. Then you become an authority on specific areas of your operation. I became an authority in poultry. An authority to the extent that when I came back as an elected president, I visited the state, and the governor of the state tried to do me something. chicken on fresh houses, and he took me there. I want to impress me. When we got there, look at now, by my experience, if you have put chicken in the house for 14 days, the shavings will start getting dirty with the sheet of the old chicken that we put in. So he was showing me that, oh God, your own chicken on the sheet. So one of the governors who went, his brother governor, said, I have a thing, I told you. That the big man doesn't do anything, you shouldn't have done this. It turned out that he uses that one to have money into his pocket. So these are some of my advantages of entrepreneur, SME, and full ownership or even partnership in SME. But in most countries, industrialization is based on SME. The small, medium enterprises produce different things that the giant companies put together, and industrialization. A manufacturer puts them together. So those who probably produce the tire and produce silencer are SMEs, and that is the foundation of the base of industrialization. SMEs form the base of giant corporations. So now we are seeing what entrepreneurship is all about. It is gone beyond just a sole owner or a partnership or a small limited liability company having the capacity and the readiness of setting up enterprises or businesses by taking financial risks for the purpose of the hope of profit. Now, it includes the act of transforming the world by problems. Entrepreneurship now includes the act of transforming the world through large-scale problem solution and bringing the world to a new level, which means development. So now we have dealt with SME, we have dealt with entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. We now come to development, solving large-scale problems. And what are some of these large-scale problems? One, agribusiness, food security, and nutrition security. Large-scale problem. Two, education, human capacity development, large-scale problem. 3, infrastructure, large-scale problem in development. 4, the economy, large-scale problem. 5, health care delivery, large-scale problem. 6, some people, they may not say it that way. What I put down as international relations, large-scale problem. So you can see we have now gravitated from SME to entrepreneur and entrepreneurship, and from entrepreneur and entrepreneurship to development. And I come to the conclusion that SME with entrepreneurship is the foundation of peace, development, and growth in any nation. Peace, security, stability, even predictability, and development and growth in any nation. And these must be given priority. And when you have this going right, then you have a nation. A nation is not just a defined territory for settled set of people. No, that's not a nation. That may be a country. It may be a settlement. You now are talking of a nation. When you have peace, you have security, you have development, you have predictability, you have stability, and this must be given priority attention. So I want to end on the idea where I started from. SME, entrepreneur and entrepreneurship, where our trade lender said starting and scaling and soaring. Starting, scaling, and soaring. You commence. You make sure that you are assessing as you go along. You make sure that you are making. And if you are not making success, go back to the drawing board. And then you are maturing and you are making profit. Some people don't like the word profit, and I say if you don't like the word profit because you are a socialist, then use the word surplus. It's the same thing. Even in China, which is still very socialist, they talk of market economy and they build surplus, and they are all over the place in the world with market economy, socialist market economy, but they now build surplus. So, for me, as I said to you, yes, the title or the thing you are giving to me is empowering SME. And when you empower SME, you do it through building of entrepreneurs and without all those conditions that you need to start to become an entrepreneur. And if your entrepreneur and entrepreneurship is good, then you have development. And if you have development that is right, then you have a nation. A nation that is at peace with itself, a nation that is secure, a nation that is stable, a nation that is predictable, a nation that has the welfare that you are proud to be a citizen of. That is the nation that we hope our country will be. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Before you come down, sir, we have something for you. I'll be making welcome the convener.
Please sit down. Before you take over, I've covered as much as I should cover within the time. If there are any question, anything burning in your heart, in your mind that you think this man shouldn't get away with, he should let go. Yes.
Thank you very much for the very engaging session. No other speech apart from telling your story is important. So my question is, you started business in 1979 as a former head of state. As a former head of state. If you were not a former head of state as of 1979, what would have been different?
What would have been different?
Yes.
I don't know whether anything will have been different. Sit down. Because it wasn't the head of state or former head of state that made me. The only thing that the former head of state made me to do is to go into farming. But I could have gone into farming as anybody else. Okay. The reason why I have to go into farming, I told you, is that I cannot be going around with briefcase and say, as former head of state, and say, hey, can I get a contract there? But if I wasn't former head of state, I'd jolly well have gone into farming. I could, in addition to going into farming, be a contractor, a supplier, or whatever. So my being a former head of state didn't make any difference. Because the loan I got, I didn't get it because I was former head of state. The loan I got from merchant bank, 1 million, it was available to anybody. The loan I got from my friend, I could have got it from my friend. Well, my graduate, well, whatever work I was doing, probably I got graduate or pension. So really, my being former head of state did not have any material thing to do with my starting as an SME in 1959. Maybe it was even the handicap rather than a help. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd just like to make a few comments to add to the beautiful presentation that HE has made. And I'd just like to talk about the rudiment of becoming an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for years, and I started being an entrepreneur at the age of 18. So I think I have a little bit under my belt to share, as I see that there are youths here all over the place. What I would like to say is that whether you're an entrepreneur now or you're just trying to become an entrepreneur, please don't start without reading the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's written by a gentleman, a late, now deceased gentleman called Stephen Covey. And I'll just mention 3 chapters out of the 7, 3 or 4 out of the 7, that are very pertinent to what you are doing and what you're about to do. He begins the book begin with the end in mind. So in anything that you want to start, your entrepreneurship journey, begin with the end in mind. Decide, this is what I want to achieve at the end of the day. And then start your journey from there. When you read the book, you will get more information about that. Another chapter talks about put first things first. So sometimes we put the cart before the horse, and this makes entrepreneurs fail. And while we were talking about why entrepreneurs fail, one of the points that was not mentioned, which I know for a fact will make any entrepreneur fail, is expanding too fast or too quickly. When you expand too quickly, you are headed for the other side. The third one I'd like to just mention is the principal sector. Business can be very trickish in that there are things that will come to you that may be unethical but very profitable. You need to be a principal sector person such that regardless, nothing makes you go away from that narrow path, the righteous path, if I may put it that way. You're not going to do anything that is unethical so that you can make more money. When you read the book, you'll find more about it there. I don't want to talk too much. The last one that I'd like to talk about is sharpen the sword. And that's chapter 7 of the book, is sharpen the sword. And what it's saying really, to continue to reinvent yourself. Because once you stay where you are doomed. So you reinvent yourself intellectually, informatively, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. You must continue to reinvent yourself. Some of the ways to reinvent yourself, you must practice the act of being silent. I used to tell my students that a mouth that is constantly talking cannot have a brain that is working. When somebody is constantly talking, just talking for the purpose of talking, your brain is not working. You need to give your brain some time to think and for information to come to you so that you get what we call the eureka moment. You must not also forget about solitude, because when you go away...
Madam, we want your brain to work, so you have to talk. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I will take 2 more questions of comments. Yes. You want anybody in front of you? Now the man behind the woman. Give it to the man behind her.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm also a mobile engineer. So, from your story, like in 1979, you mentioned, you said you started with 1.5 million naira, and it's equivalent to dollar. At that time, $3 million. Now, the conversion of that $3 million currently now is about 2.3 trillion to start a business at that time. So, sir, you know, my own kind of business is big, is large. Like what you put into it is very, very, like, you need to put a lot of capital in it to have set up a workshop. But I want to ask a question. What is your advice on life science? How do we set up a business now? Like, what is the simplest way to start with? Because that's not really been easy, and this is my 10th year in the business. You know, starting from the learning from the local workshop, after investing days, polytechnic.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. The reason why I mentioned the amount and what it is in relation to the dollar, I didn't need to tell you that, is to see how our own money, how we have, because of the system that we have gone into, which is not designed for us, Now you tell me, between 1979 and today, should Nigeria Naira have depreciated to what it has depreciated to? That's what I'm trying to drive hard. Not even 200%. Look, you work it out. From $1.86 one naira to now $1 being how much?
950.
800?
950, 920.
900. Almost. So that is that. But the point I want to make is this. That time, I started with 20,000 layers. I didn't need to start with 20,000 layers. I could have started with 10,000. And when I went to more plantation, I didn't mention that too. I went to more plantation when I left as military head of state. I went there for 3 months because now I want to become a modern farmer. Like Madam said, don't just jump into it. So I went in more plantation. And the first day, they didn't know what to do with me. The instructor came and said, Your Excellency, I said, no, stop that. I left my Excellency in Lagos. Now I am a student. And that's what I have come to. So I went in to do the nitty-gritty. I trained the chicken house. I looked at what they do in the house, and I wrote my first proposal to take loan. And when the bank looked at my proposal, they invited me. And when I got there, the man looked at my proposal and threw it away. He flung it. I said, what have I done wrong? He said, you loan. And in your repayment, you did not make provision for interest rate, which I didn't do. So now I had to rewrite my proposal. So today, you have to cut your coat according to the cloth you find. I cut my clothes that time according to the cloth that I found. Today, if I will have to go into the same thing, it will probably be much different from the way I did it last time. Now, I told you, I ordered a feed mill. Maybe now I won't order a feed mill. I will have to be buying my feed until I build up to the point that I can order a feed mill. But straight away, I plan for 20,000. Maybe this time, if I'm starting it, I will not even go for 20. I will not even go for 10. I may have to go for 5,000. I may not go for a feed mill at the same time. I may not go for a hatchery at the time I went for a hatchery. So the situation has changed, and then the way I will handle it will be different. So you will have to look at where you are, what you want to achieve, and how you can best achieve it. Now, if I get a million today, a million naira, what will I do with it? What can the million naira fetch me if I'm going to start afresh? Maybe I wouldn't be thinking of going to poultry. Maybe I would think of going as a restaurant keeper and making nakara and dodo. And that may be the way I will start my SME. It may be. Maybe I will be selling palm wine. And maybe the situation has changed, and I made that point so that you can see how the situation has changed. And I always say that 3 or 4 things our leaders and up till today are doing wrong. One, we do not understand what independence means. Life more abundant, that's not independence. How do we develop? Buying big cars, that's not development. Building big houses, that's not development. Development is human capital development, infrastructure, as I said, agribusiness, the economy, education, and health, that's development. And then, how do you key into this development for the nation? What should be your own contribution? I chose to go into agriculture. Somebody may decide he will go into health. Somebody may decide that agribusiness food. Because agribusiness goes from equipment for land preparation and with the value addition up to the table. I have chosen production, poultry. You can choose aquaculture. If you are going into aquaculture today, you don't need millions and millions. I can give you my own experience on that, which came during the COVID. So, I give you my example, but that example, you can relate it to your situation. All right? Okay, one more that we have give it to the man with that and shirt.
Thank you very much, sir. My name is Julie. I'm into rice production. Please, I just
what?
Rice production. I own the brand.
Now, we are in the same company. Yeah. How is your rice production doing?
It's doing well, sir. My brand is outside. I have a farm in Adamawa and another in Anambra.
Okay. Well done.
I just have one question, sir. You have wealth of experience and practical experience. Is there a platform you have that can help young entrepreneurs?
Yes, I have.
Share that with us.
Thank you very much. I have that in my presidential library. We have a youth development center, and this is the type of thing we do there. All right. Not only do we have that, we even have a small micro finance, which we do. We started that, and what I found is that so far nobody has defaulted. Everybody who has taken money from me has paid back. And, thank you.
That team, amazing sponsors, Providence Bank, EasyPay, Paystar, and amazing other partners. We also want to just take a little of your time, sir. We have amazing SMEs who are actually showcasing at the Fair Center just after this, just so that you can actually see their progress. Thank you.
Excellency, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Remember that the Excellency said that if you are a socialist and you are not comfortable with the word profit, what did you say we should use? Surplus. And if you are an entrepreneur here, you are not married yet, what you think is profit, you are still joking. Immediately you get married and have kids, you realize that you are not making anything. I'll give my own example. So I live in an area of Lagos, not bad. When I was married for about a few years before my kid came. When she finally came, I wanted a very good school for her. So I started for the schools in my countries. When I finally found one, that particular day, it was about 11 when we got into the school. It was an amazing school. I said, okay, this is where I want my daughter to attend. And I thought I was good. Now, when I asked them how much, it was 2 years old, just 2 years. When I asked them how much was the school fees, the lady at the reception said it was 500,000. I said, is it for the year? Is it like, when I pay now, until the end of the day? They said, no, it's for a term. I asked, how much, sorry, what's the duration? They said it's 3 months. I said, hey, so after another 3 months, I'll pay another 500. He said, yes. How many terms do you have? He said, 3. I said, okay, no problem. So I dropped that there, gathered money together, I dropped, the money. Now, I still had to pay for school runs, all of those things, alarm. What I paid was alarm. I'm going to explain the difference later. Now, when I dropped it was still like 11-ish, then I went back home. When it was like 2:30-ish, pam, someone was trying to get into our compound. Who are they? So I asked the gentleman, open, what's up? They said it's a school bus. I said, most likely, if I told you this is my daughter, she must have messed up, she didn't cooperate, maybe she did something bad. So I came downstairs and I was apologizing to them, I'm sorry, she didn't cooperate. He said, no, that school has ended. Only more being that. Yeah, I give you 500,000. You pick a child at 11 o'clock, you turn up at 2:30, you say school has ended. Me, and as soon as I give you 500,000, it's when I feel that I know, okay, now I can go. That I will call you to say, okay, now bring her back. Maybe I said, no, I shouldn't talk like that. I said, no, something like that. There's just a school does this your PRA here. That they actually pay like 2 million per term. I said, what? You see, you don't know that this microphone, in terms of size. I will pay, so I told her, if I pay 2 million per term, and I drop Antonia in that school, you don't know when she's going to that husband's house and she's going to call me. Before they should not bring her home again. So if you think you're making money now, and you're not married, you don't have kids, you are playing. Once you have one, you call it kid. Once you have two, you call it issue. Because there's a huge difference once you have a family to run. And that's why we have to take our business in a lot more serious. To take us further into this is somebody that, because like I said, one of the opportunities this will give you is that you're going to have the opportunity to rub shoulders with people that are major stakeholders in the enterprise space in Nigeria. Sitting down here, I've seen a lot of amazing people. I can see Biodo Folawio, at least I know that Biodo Folawio has won every grant possible, private sector, public sector, any sector. How did he do that? He's going to share that story so that you're not struggling. You're mentioning finance. There are people that have access to this finance. They can share the story with you. And so I'll be much obliged, if we also take time to, connect with these people, network with them, and share their stories. But much more than that, your next biggest collaboration is in this hall. Did you hear me? Okay. So to take us further is the head of Lagos Innovate at Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. It leads the preparation, execution, and evaluation of interventions that have supported over 150 startups and innovation-driven enterprises in Lagos, as well as facilitated the training of over 250 tech enthusiasts with the desired outcome of exponentially creating jobs and positioning Lagos as the startup capital of Africa and very soon the world. So the person that we're bringing up is not just focused on you building your business to expand to the next shop, but trying to get Lagos to be the major enterprise hub of Africa and the world. And there's no other person than Mr. Akim Onosoya. Mr. Onosoya, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I think I have the very unfortunate task of speaking after a former president. So, if I don't do well, just know that if not for former president, it would have been better. Because he has raised the bar so high, but I will try my possible best to meet up. I think first is to commend the Trade Lenda team, led by a very good friend and brother, Adeshino Adewumi. I think I met him early last year. We rode back from Ife after the Honor of Ife's award. And it was one of the most enjoyable journeys from Ife to Lagos, because at every checkpoint we got to, Additional just actually give them for me. He would come out to policemen and they would just say, escalate the call, and they would say we should go. I didn't know that he had a background in the military. And because of him, I was speeding on the express and nobody could stop me. But also, I think it is important to commend him because for the past few years, even to recent, a lot of the focus on businesses has been on tech-enabled businesses. A lot of the events, a lot of the fairs, a lot of the exhibitions have been for startups. And almost everybody is tempted to want to be a founder because almost everywhere you turn, they are the ones that you see. But for him to go a step further and say, no, I will not go that line. Instead, I would organize an event for the SMEs who actually catalyze Nigeria. Can you please put a round of applause for the Trade Lenda Fair? Looking at the lineup of speakers and how this event is organized, I would have said I was surprised at how well he had done it. But then I remember that he is one of the beneficiaries of Lagos Innovate and LSETF, and we expect nothing but the best from all our beneficiaries. To the invited guests and speakers, thank you very much for coming. Today is Saturday and there are a lot of parties and over that we should be at, but you took our time to be with us today. The theme of this event, empowering SMEs, driving innovation, collaboration and growth for nation building, is very appropriate not only for this event, but for the nation at large. The importance of nano, micro, small and medium scale enterprises cannot be overemphasized, as they form the bedrock of any nation that is interested in productivity and also nation building. SMEs are so important that a significant focus of the last address by the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was focused on palliatives for businesses. More than half of the things he said were basically loans and grants for businesses. At that point, if you didn't have a business, you most likely would not enjoy from anything that they had done to cushion the effect of the first subsidy. And in the words of our organic, I'll go straight into the speech for today. While we conveniently use the acronym SMEs or even MSMEs to broadly refer to or even classify small businesses, let us also remember that the Small Medium Enterprise Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDA, has revised the classification of businesses to include nano enterprises. Hence, the correct acronym should be NMSMEs to read nano, micro, small, and medium enterprises. This group of enterprises are business entities that have taken that Herculean task of producing value, either in terms of goods or in terms of services. While they are doing this for a fee, because nobody goes into business to do charity, except if you're a social enterprise, but even at that, you are still allowed to make surplus and revenue. So while they do that, we owe our gross domestic product, inclusive growth, employment generation, as well as improvement in our economic and social well-being to the small business owners in Nigeria. Can we please put our hands together for every business owner in Nigeria today? Not only because we appreciate what they do, but because we know how tough and how challenging it is to be a business owner in Nigeria of today. Statistics shows that as of 2021, the SMEDA MSME survey showed that Nigeria has a total of 39 million NMSMEs, and a significant proportion of them are nano and micro businesses. These businesses make up about 96% of all the businesses in Nigeria, and they provide over 80% of employment and contribute to almost 50% of our national GDP. Despite the strategic importance of small businesses, we must admit, as a nation, that we haven't really given the businesses as much support as we should give them. Yes, we have made some strides in improving the ease of doing business, but issues like access to credit, access to input, and access to markets are still a lot of issues to battle with. If we are to empower small businesses, what we mean is that we are doing the following for business owners. One, we are reducing the barrier to entry so that you don't need to convert, because I know the person asked a question about converting $3 million as of 1979, today it's going to be 2.7 billion. And when we say we're empowering small businesses, it means that we are reducing the barrier to entry. You don't have to become a billionaire or a millionaire to start a business. We also mean that we are improving access to needed information to start a business. How many of us actually, at that point, at 1979, we understand that we had a bank that was even giving credit to business with CBN guarantee. We also mean that business owners have access to affordable credit. It was interesting how we took a proposal to the bank, and then they called him, and then they had a conversation with the bank, and then they got money. The question is how many of us can write to the commercial banks, and they will call you back. You most likely have to pursue them to review your proposal or even see the email. We also mean access to needed talent to run your business. Because as a business owner, there is a limit to how far you can go if you do it by yourself. We also mean that we are committing to improving the state of infrastructure, e.g. electricity. Because for every business owner out there, one of your significant cost items is diesel or petrol for your shop, for your offices, or for your factories. It also means that we are working on improving transparency on issues like taxation. For business owners in Lagos, there is still the lingering problem of multiple taxation. People wear different colors of jackets and come and tell you you're supposed to pay for local government, LCD, state, federal, chairman zone, deputy chairman zone, and one of the chairman zone. The list goes on and on the things that we have to do to ensure that we support small business owners in Nigeria. But why we leave all of that function to the government to do? Because yes, some duties, no matter how much the private sector or the development partners want to be involved, some duties are meant for the government. And in terms of improving the ease of doing business, that is primarily the work of the government. But why we leave that to them? We can ensure that partnerships also play a long role in this effort. But as small business owners, we also have a role to play, and that is being innovative in everything that we do. Innovation should no longer be a nice to have. Innovation should no longer be something you do afterwards. It should be something that is a must have, something that is part and parcel of our everyday lives. Yes, we must admit that innovation is one of the most abused words in the world globally. Everybody mentions innovation here and there. But what do we mean when we talk about innovation, especially for small businesses? We look at it in two different areas. One, process innovation. This innovation involves discovering new or even more efficient and effective ways, and most importantly, more cost-reducing ways of producing goods and services. And there is no better time to do that than now. Because with the increasing cost of doing business, it is time to be innovative in how you do more with less. A very common approach is leveraging machinery and technology. A lot of organizations are very, very adept in this, and we have seen how a lot of the global firms are leveraging the use of robots and machine learning to reduce their costs. Now there are hotels where you go to and you are checked in by a robot. There are hotels where you go to, there are restaurants that you visit today across the world, and the person that attends to you is a robot. Which means that organizations are trying to be innovative in their process. They're trying to leverage technology, they're trying to leverage machine learning, they're trying to leverage artificial intelligence to be able to reduce the cost of doing business and also be efficient. But while a lot of the organizations are doing that, as small business owners, we understand that our pocket sizes are not as large. And a very efficient way to do this is via the industry and academia partnership. What this means is that the Department of Engineering at our various universities or our various polytechnics must start producing machinery or equipment that small business owners need. If you need a machine to be able to grind or to be able to sieve your rice, and you're a small business owner, you should be able to walk up to the Department of Engineering in a school beside you and ask them if they can help you manufacture something. That will be very cheap compared to having to import these things at exchange rate that you cannot even predict. So there needs to be a partnership between the academia and the industry so that we can leverage a lot of this to producing very cost-effective and also very affordable machinery. The next type of innovation is the output innovation. This form of innovation, on the other hand, is concerned with discovering new products and services. But at the core of this is understanding what the consumer wants. Because they need to innovate at all, either you're innovating to be more efficient or you're innovating to bring out new products, the customer or the client must be at the core of it. I was completely astonished some weeks ago when I saw a page on Instagram where you can rent men to be part of your groomsmen and women to be part of your bridal train. And that is somebody's business. But I asked myself, is there a market for this? Then I remember that a lot of us are suffering from the Jackpot syndrome. Where you are a total friend of about 10 people, and when the person was getting married, all of you were part of his groomsmen. When the person was getting married, all of you were part of his groomsmen. But when it came to you, it's time to marry, they all jacked out to UK and Canada. And now you want to go to your wedding as the only person who is dancing. And then the business said, don't worry. You can rent us, you can dance. They will think you knew it from primary school. Now that is a form of output innovation, especially because they'll be able to leverage a need in the market. Now you can go ahead and rent people. You can tell them what clothes to wear, and even your family will be surprised at how your friends are very happy, not that they're not even your friends. You actually pay them. Now, to leverage output innovation, small businesses must put the customer at the core of it. Like they would say, if you're going to be overly focused on anything, let it be focused on two things: the problem to be solved and the customer. Most of the time, we are overly focused, we are overly in love with our solutions. We put all the sequences together to build a particular product, a service, or a platform, and then people must use it by force. Because we spend time building it. A friend of mine was telling me that while he was doing his NYC survey, there is a particular town in Imo State where you have to take bike of almost 50 naira to go and buy for. And if somebody sends you money around 3 p.m., even if the person sends you 50 million naira at 3 p.m. in that town, you are a broke person to money. Because at 2-3 p.m., all the banks are closed. You have to only show your alert to the person selling the drinks. That yes, I have money, but I cannot give you. What it then means is that if you're going to do something about digital inclusion, you cannot build an app for those kind of people. But let us have electricity. Talk of even a mobile phone to be able to use it. So innovation in terms of output means that we are overly focused on the consumer. We understand the consumer back to back. We take away ourselves from the equation. You cannot live in a Ikoyi, live on your life in the Banana Island, and you think that everybody in Makoko is also on the same level with you. And you want to build solutions. And then you go ahead and say, oh, I've tested the market. And I say, where's the market? And you say, you ask your friends in Ikoyi. That clearly is not a market. You need to continuously innovate, most importantly ensuring that you understand the consumers. The economic benefits of innovation are around us. The wealth that can be created from innovating. Now, Elon Musk has innovated Twitter, and almost every time you open Twitter, somebody is telling you that he has gotten money from Twitter. And now people are tweeting things that do not even concern them because they need to make money. What that means is that the engagement on Twitter, on X, has actually grown because somebody has said, how do we incentivize people to keep doing what they would have done, but keep doing it? Now he's making so much money for himself, they're also making it for ourselves. But as creating wealth is also unlocking new opportunities both locally and globally. Some years ago, if you're going to go for a meeting, especially for an official meeting, you dare not wear Buban Shokoto because they look at you as a rival. Now, people wear the typical kaftan to official events, and you do not look like you are the wrong place. Why? Because some people have taken that concept to the international market. Also, the enormous amount of jobs that could have been created or that can be created if small business owners take up innovation seriously. And finally, it's a ripple effect on the economy. Because when we say we are creating jobs, the government, I know we made this mistake where our uncles or aunts get into government, and the next thing we do is to pack everybody's CV in that family and not give the man and say employ all of them. The government is not saddled with employing people. They are only supposed to create an enabling environment for small business owners like you to expand your business and then employ somebody. Because when our friends and families leave the country to UK, Canada, or US, and they call you and say they've gotten a job, most likely it is a small business owner in those countries. And those are the people that power the economy globally and also locally. There's also the need for collaboration. The popular saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. The journey towards empowering nano, micro, small, and medium enterprises requires not only the government, but the private sector, and also development partners, but most importantly, the entrepreneurs. Because you cannot do something for people if you not even involve them in the process at all. Collaboration and partnerships are at the core of what we do at the LSCTF, and for over 6 years, we have built bridges between the private sector and the financial institutions, as well as development partners locally and globally, so that small businesses can get access to opportunities that they need. The collaboration between SMEs, the ecosystem enablers, also have to start with data. When people say that in Lagos we have 3 million small businesses, I don't agree. Because there is no day you open your WhatsApp status and you don't see someone that is selling either a perfume or a bag or material for kaftan. It means that half of everybody working in Lagos are actually entrepreneurs. But the reason why they will say we have 3 million is because how many of those businesses are actually registered. If you go to CAC and say, let's give you the number of registered businesses, after the number of businesses in Nigeria, we will be making a big mistake because quite a lot of small business owners are not registered. So it is our role to play in that area. So please go ahead and make sure that we are recognized. The collaboration between the SMEs and also the private sector can also go in the line of access to credit. Now, I forgot to ask the former president what interest rate he was giving when he got those loan facilities. Now, with NPR at 3.75, it means that you cannot get interest loans at nothing less than 25-27 interest rate per year if you are lucky. But if you want business owners who actually try on very small margins to be able to grow, we need to crash down that rate so that businesses can get these facilities, use them for business, and also be able to pay without impinging on their ability to expand. Another task is access to capacity building. And one thing we know, the MC was talking about someone who can apply for almost any grants and get it as a business owner. The problem is, while we have unemployment and unemployability, it means that while we say we don't have a lot of jobs, some people are saying we don't have a lot of talents. There are grants organizations today, most headache is that they don't even have the right businesses to apply for those grants. It then means that capacity building for our businesses is very important. Finally, is the role of the government, which I've also said. And fortunately, I work with the government, so I'm also talking to myself, which is to ensure that access to basic infrastructure. You know, one of the former governors in Lagos said they wanted to make Lagos a 24-hour state. And people don't understand what he was doing. Because if you live in Bariga, you understand that at 11 p.m. at night, you can buy hot rice that is coming straight from the pot. They call them yaki soup. Because, yeah, I can see where you got rice this night. 11 o'clock, right? But what it then means that they are only able to do that because they are sure of their safety at 11 p.m. You can leave any state in Nigeria and come to Lagos and land in Lagos at 11, 12 midnight, knowing that you will get home. What it means is that the Okada rider is still outside, knowing that he will get a customer. The woman that sells bread is also knowing that someone will come to this place hungry and will need to buy. So it means that the government takes care of security. We will have business owners working around the clock. Some people can then say, I'm not packing to sell rice in the morning and afternoon. I want to to sleep. But by 10 p.m. I will wake up. Why? Because there are factory workers that need to go to work at 10 p.m. and they need to eat. It also tells that you also need to take a bite. Your Canada is safe and it will come out. And people can walk. Some Uber drivers don't work during the day. They don't even salary. But from 8 p.m. they start their work till like 3, 4 p.m. because of security. And we hope that the government can take that on. Second, access to infrastructure. No matter what you sell, you need a dispatcher at some point. If the road is not good, you keep the dispatcher license and still you deliver the offers. Because a lot of potholes we have encountered that are mixed in food together in different proportions. And those are things that we expect that the government, and also finally on taxation. Being able to know how much you owe the government in taxes and who to pay it to. Not everybody coming with yellow, red, green, purple, and white and saying they are getting money from one government and doesn't understand it now. In conclusion, the Nigerian SME ecosystem presents a landscape rich with potential, with a lot of challenges, but also opportunities. Like we say, it's difficult for a business owner to jack up in Nigeria. Why? Because as tough as it is, we know that there is money to be made. It is tough, but there is a market to fulfill. At some point, when the typical what's this requirement that you have before you apply for a visa, proof of funds, became an issue. I trust Nigerians. We created a business out of it. I rent you money, you pay per month till they give you a visa. When you are done, I take the money back. It then means that opportunities are found, though there are a lot of challenges. As we explore the theme of this event, driving innovation, fostering collaboration, and furthering growth for national building, it is important to recognize the success of Nigerian small businesses. And that success, in as much as it helps to provide the latest decisions, is also connected to the growth of Nigeria. Because when we say that Nigeria's GDP is growing, it means that your business is expanding. By empowering these enterprises through fostering innovation, collaboration, and inclusivity, we pave the way for a brighter future where Nigerian small businesses can stand as the bedrock of the country's economic transformation. Once again, thank you very much to the Trade Lenda team and also to everyone for listening. And on the final note, to every entrepreneur out there, I know what it means. My wife is a farmer. I remember one day she came home and said she had bought day-old chicks. She saw me here listening to me. She can't remember that day. And she said we had a rat issue in the farm, killed almost 30% of those. And she was trying to tell me, I was trying to console her. We were crying together. At that point in my head, I was like, let me just this lady see me. Let's go back to Mexico. I think not everybody will be entrepreneur. The second day, I was hearing her call someone, and I'm like, to her, it was, what else can she do? She's built for this life. So to every entrepreneur out there, going through these obstacles, but with so much rigor and with so much opportunities, try to solve our problems and also try to create wealth. We respect you. We honor you because we don't say it easy. But we also are letting you know to be. That's for us. Thank you very much.
So much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. For Mr. King again. So, that yes, you hear that part. It's almost as if entrepreneurs are wired to do this. You know, yes, you're wired for this, you're wired for all of this.
On behalf of the Trade Lenda team, we're saying thank you very much. And thank you very much for honoring our invitation. Thank you so much.
I remember that for like 10 years, my wife was a banker. And you know, when she's complaining to me about that their ATMs are not working well, you know, they had one major network issue, you know, but they had technicians to work it. I complain about human beings. I said, your own is easy. You just have one technician that can switch off everything and switch it back on. And most times when you reboot, you will start working well. But how do you reboot a human being? Then someone say, Gaju, is there the same button? Anyway, so quickly we're going to go into the panel sessions, and we have, so the way that it's structured is this. We're going to go from the start, then we'll go to the scale, then we'll go to the sword. So I'll be much obliged if the following people can join me on stage and take the panel session on the act of the start, navigating this entrepreneurial journey from idea to reality. Please put your hands together for Biodun Fola, your CEO Shoe Global, as he joins me here on stage. Next in line will be the lead coach and consultant at Nancy Nandi Company, Coach Nancy Inandi. A lot of applause for her. Next in line will be the founder, CEO of Canadian Consulting, Mr. Ayo Bankole. Next in line quickly will be the CEO. Next in line will be the founder, CEO of Nition, Mr. Tony Uwose. Okay, so thank you so much to all of you for obliging us. We're really pleased. Now, I'm sure there are quite a number of people that are in here, and so a lot of actually streaming online too. And the question is, what is the university for Apollo? Where do I even start from? Where do I start from? You know, how do I know that this thing that they call it entrepreneurship is working? So I'm going to take it from ladies first. Yes, so that's why I made it match to ladies. So, potentially, how do people identify opportunities? How did you start? How did you know that there was a place for you in the career?
Okay, so good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So, for me, I started my first business 17 years ago. I saw a need, and I started to research about it, look for customers about that particular product or service, and in researching about it, going after customers, I started seeing the problems. I got it clever. I went back on my own table, when I started to launch and promote after I had brought this here, and that was when I was the telecoms. So I've been doing it for 17 years. So practical things. So I stay in an estate where whenever I go to ask for recharge card at that time, you're asking for 1.5. They will always say I don't have. I have 200, 204. I'm like 110. Can't buy the one we need. So most time when you go to them, realize that the product is finished. So one day I was working. So one day I walked to them. The distributor within this location don't have. They don't always have products that you have to pay and wait. So naturally, I love business. So I went to the market, go around real estate, asking people questions. What was that problem? And I realized that most business owners today, we get an idea, we sit on the idea, we go into the market, then we start looking for customers. So that most times keep on, it does not give us success at the beginning. I always like to tell people that you can start huge progress on the road. Because if you do it the right way, by first of all, identifying the need or the idea you want to push out, going back to the people that need it, the target audience, asking them questions. of what is not there. So I went to the market, I will engage them and say, oh, these people, maybe their customer service is poor, they don't always have availability of products, the prices is not okay. So I sat down and I identified 6 problems. And I told myself, I'm going to solve these 6 problems fast.
Okay.
So when I solved the problem and I created it as a strategy, then I started going around to inform them. I'm going to start the 20th of March. And all these problems that you are being solved. So I turned it into a message. So I went on the first day I was shocked. I had over 100 people walking to my store to buy. And I made a sale of over 1.8 million years back. That was like 17 years ago.
This start with cash.
It's not my money.
So let's go
It's not my money.
You make tangibles.
Yeah, so I make SMEs and juices. So my story is different. I'm a pharmacist, but I never practiced. So, yeah, that was the job. So I started from the fact that I love fruits and I used to take fruits. But when I finally got pregnant, I didn't take those same fruits. So I had to play and ask how to do it. If it was to be research about it. Now, fast forward, I was working in TechEconomy and I used to take my own. And I got used to many of the tastes that I bring into the combination. And someone said, 12 to 20. I wasn't thinking of that. Career was for me, and I was in TechEconomy already, getting environmental. That was the goal for me. But after a while, I kept on studying and eventually I started. So I started very small, not like her. I started with 3,000 naira. I went to the market with 3,000 naira, bought 3,000 worth of fruits, sold it to my team members at work, and at the end of the week, I made a sales of 12,000. And I told my husband, I said, let's start business. And that's how I started. So there was always a need, which I now try to feel, and we're here now 13 years after.
Awesome. So, what is your story? Okay, thank you.
I started off as a strategy consultant, working for, so first as a tech marketing consultant, working for S. And then I moved to strategy, working for KPI. I was Philips. And in the course of my career, I was seeing that and my bosses, partners, tell medium and small businesses who came for help that they couldn't help them because their ticket size was too small. There was a guy specifically, he owned a small, medium-sized energy company, and his budget was lower than our sales at that time, which was like $80,000. I think they are doing the same now. That was how it was. And I thought to myself, this is you living on your table, right? Now, that was the same thing when I was in SAP. SAP is a digital platform. And small businesses just could not buy this software. So my first job actually started off when I was in NLS. And that was my first time I started. So, and then that was when I started business. But I knew that I didn't want to start a business without money. So I just started with it. Then I knew to take it into it. So what I wanted to do then became clear. Because I wanted to have small business, because my mom really was small business. So when that was the idea that made me want to do strategy. So when I joined this service, I kept seeing that I was on big projects, working for large big boys, here, workers, the big firms, and I wasn't getting this stuff. I'm like, how to help the guys who need it? They don't have the money. So what do we do? And that was how I began consulting stuff. Providing that same quality of services at lower prices, candidate at SME and startups. Over the years, of course, we've gone because of the people who work, no matter how you say your target, the big boys come to you because they also want to pay more money. They are letting the same but I then saw again that because again experience builds, capacity builds, the guys, so like the government said, SME as an acronym excludes the nano and the micro guys. And that's where the majority are, about 40 million of them. So now, micro guys, we still do not sell them as family. So that was how I started the family SME 6 years ago. To support micro and nano businesses, we got these services globally, right? And we have done it for the past 6,000. Now, that community constantly come up with different challenges. Most of it is money. So a lot of times, I've spoken with so many people that, for example, now, sheep, let's say Chevron says, oh, we need your students. We need your students for desert launch staff. And they say, oh, so so that means you're going to every day or every month, we will supply roughly $50 million on that. But we're not going to pay you and you do it's not business. That payment term. So that was a challenge, and that was how we get started. So I have to be complete. So that's the essence of that. Invoice to cancel, solve one problem. Another problem is emerging and solve another. So another problem is the involving of that partner. We're going to solve it. So we keep solving the problem.
You mentioned anything about 1,000. So let us go about it because I know that you're not when did you start?
So, Bala, I know you're part of the story. We were in that together, and when I was pretty small, I always wanted to create value. You know, my father was a professor, my late father was a professor, and for one reason or the other, we had a lot of things in common, and we wanted him to be a teacher like him. But everything in me doesn't just look like teaching was for me. You know, I felt I could do more with my life. So growing up, I've always had that thing in mind. I saw changing when I was, you know, for me, I was just always looking for an opportunity to turn 1 naira to 2 naira, 3 naira in a legitimate way. So when I got to Unilag and I enrolled for accounting, first year in accounting, I knew accountants were coming for me. I wasn't jelly, trying to balance account that I never knew anything about. You know, so I started attending seminars, reading books on how to discover my potential. What is it about you that you can do? And then I realized that I had this love for shoes. My father too loved shoes. And so I thought to myself, how can I create something profitable from my venture? And at that time, you know, I was my second admission into Unilag. Because my first admission, my father demoted me from year 1 to SS2. Will not be a story for another day. So, and one of his reasons was because he wanted me to be a professor like him. So he said my foundation academically has to be very solid. Was the major reason. He was actually going to demote me to JSS3, but the former Minister of Education, who was his friend at that time, pleaded on my behalf. That's another story entirely. So just to give you a background knowledge that it was tough for me to then to